Hello, my name is Dylan Constanza, and I will be presenting on classical conditioning. So our table of contents are Ivan Pavlov, about who he was and how he discovered classical conditioning, along with what exactly it is and what the process would look like, along with the topics of acquisition, of how does it work, along with extinction and how it affects the conditioning over time, and also with recovery and how does it come back, finally ending off with what is the overall impact. So to start things off, Ivan Pavlov was a Russian physiologist who unexpectedly discovered classical conditioning when he was studying the dog's digestive system. He found out that dogs would salivate at both the sight of food and particularly the steps of a lab assistant. The reason dogs act the way they do is because of something they know will happen based on a particular motion or a sound. So classical conditioning is a process in which an organism, most famously a dog, is conditioned to react a certain way. For example, a dog would salivate when he hears a certain sound of a bell. That would mean it knows it will be fed and when the bell will ring, along with being happy to a certain song or the rhythm of the song, as it can remind you of a very happy event and it can make you feel all mellowed out, along with seeing food and smelling a certain spice. When we see this spice, such as chili or garlic, it can make you hungry and it will increase your appetite. So the process is that before the conditioning, would have to find and identify the unconditioned stimulus, or UCS. You would have to try to create the unconditioned response. So food equals salivation. During the conditioning, the neutral stimulus and the unconditioned stimulus are repeatedly paired. So the bell plus the food equals the salivation, or the unconditioned response. After the conditioning, the conditioned stimulus would create the response after being paired with the unconditioned stimulus, which creates the conditioned response such as the dog's salivation. So the bell equals salivation. So the bell plus dog food equals dog salivation. Acquisition is a period in which the organism learns how to connect with the unconditioned stimulus. So you learn how to get accustomed to it, paving the way for the conditioning. So the CS plus UCS are paired. Extinction is a decrease in the conditioned response in which the organism is no longer presented with the conditioning stimulus. So if a microwave keeps beeping, you may not know whether the food is hot or cold. Error minus microwave equals confusion. And finally, spontaneous recovery. It's the return of an extinct conditioned response following a brief period of time. So after you fix the microwave and the beeping works, it means the food is hot and ready to eat. So the microwave plus time equals satisfaction. The overall impact of classical conditioning is that it helps people understand how they and animals react the way they do, whether it has to do with food, music, etc. We actually live with it in our lives, and sometimes we don't even notice it, whether our parents raised us or something environmentally happens. And we can use this to train our pets as well to react to certain commands, and it can be used for therapy and how to treat phobias, etc. And it can be used for education such as this very presentation. Thank you very much for listening. Do you all have any questions?